Harry Miller is a former police officer, part of We Are Fair Cop, and joins us now. Founder of Fair Cop. We Are Fair Cop is the Twitter handle. Very good morning to you, Harry.
Yeah, lovely to speak to you, Julia, as always.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us. There's so much to talk about. First of all, is a shoplifter a scumbag or not? Because one particular shopkeeper in Wrexham in Wales put up a sign and said, look, if you need your accesses because of scumbag shoplifters, I'll have to unlock it for you. Police turned up and said, oh, I don't think you should be calling them scumbags. Later had to clarify that actually nothing illegal about him calling them scumbags. They are scumbags. Prime Minister's office was asked yesterday, does he think that shoplifters are scumbags? The answer came back, no. You're an ex-copper, are they?
Yeah, they're absolute scumbags. I think what's quite interesting, of course, is that I think it was North Wales Police where this occurred. The Chief Constable there has seen fit to add, alongside disability and ethnicity, scumbaggery as a protected characteristic. So if you are a scumbag shoplifter, and of course all shoplifters are indeed scumbags.
I think you'll find these are desperate women who are desperately trying to feed their babies. That's what we've always been told.
Desperately trying to feed their babies by shoplifting an antiques and knickknack shop.
Yeah.
You can't eat the knickknacks. You don't go into there and enact your scumbaggery thievery in a shop like that. You might choose to steal a sandwich from Tesco's, but you're not going to do that. So of course, yes, they are absolute scumbags. There should be no restriction whatsoever in calling them scumbags. And I think a polite little sign on a shop window, written in very nice font, by the way, that simply says that due to scumbag shoplifters, if you want to access some of the cabinets, you're going to have to ask thank you very much. I don't think that's too much, in all honesty.
No, but what's interesting, though, is the fact that the police turned up to talk about that. But as we know, and certainly every shopkeeper in my local high street points out, if you actually have a scumbag shoplifter in your shop, they don't turn up.
Oh, exactly. Well, this tells us everything about two-tier care, two-tier policing and two-tier priorities. Shoplifting has been characterised for a long time now under numerous Home Secretaries as almost a non-offence.
Yes.
In fact, nationally, it costs us around £2.2 billion. So it's massive on a national scale. But on a local scale, if you're a little local shopkeeper and you are trying to make a living selling knickknacks and bits and pieces, then you have anything stolen. You have 100 quid of the stuff stolen.
Yep.
That can wipe out your profit for the week.
Yep.
It's as simple as that. So it's very, very important. Now, of course, Sir Keir Starmer is not going to call shoplifters scumbags. Although, interestingly, of course, he's more than happy to have a deputy prime minister who characterises her political opponents as scumbags. So yet again, we have two-tier Keir. He just doesn't like the term scumbag because it's very working class. It's the language of the people. And as you and I know, he doesn't like the people. He doesn't like people complaining. He is the chief priest in the church of the woke, poisoned mind. So, of course, he's not going to use or approve of language like that, except, of course, when it's used against his political opponents. And then it's okay.
And then scum is absolutely fine. Yeah, it's okay for Angela Rayner, the Deputy Prime Minister, to refer to Tories as a whole, not just the particular Tory cabinet minister. That would be acceptable either, as scum. But no, not a shoplifter. It is just quite bizarre, isn't it? There's also some interesting stats involving, which was Sadiq Khan, the London mayor. He posted a post on X pointing out that theft. Well, he's posted a chart on social media highlighting that knife crime had dropped by 19%, residential burglary dropped by 10%, theft from the person and personal robbery had dropped by 13% in the first 3 months of this year compared to last year. And basically saying, these are all down in London, but there's still a long way to go before I'm satisfied. Of course, no one's ever able to reply to his messages. But other people pointed out that actually, these are all figures from a London Assembly Committee meeting last month, that actually an awful lot of other offences have gone up and gone up by a lot more than those figures have gone down. Gun crime up by 18%, rape up by 9%, shoplifting, as we've just been talking about, up by 38%. These been accused of gaslighting, certainly the public in London, and of course a lot of people around the country who come to London, come on a trip, who might be put off now by the level of crime in our capital city. But certainly, we are looking at a massive increase in crime that is not just being felt, it is real. We know it. The number of people I know have had a phone, a bag stolen, had attempted burglary or burglary of their home, their car stolen. We know the numbers are going sky high. And there's the mayor of this city, the police and crime commissioner, who's in charge of the police budget and how it is spent in our city, telling us everything's fine, it's just a little bit of a way to go. What do you make of that?
Yeah, well, this is gaslighting, not seen since comical Ali stood in front of Saddam Hussein's palace and said nothing to see here. What Sadiq Khan has done here, he said, look, knife crime has gone down. Well, of course it's gone down because the criminals have swapped their knives for guns. He said, look, theft from private properties has gone down. Yes, but now they're concentrating on more serious crime, including rape. That is not a win, except in the mind of somebody who is absolutely insane and who values his own political position more than the actual reality of life on the streets of London. It's entirely wrong. And by the way, great shout out to Rory Geoghegan who brought this to national attention. Fantastic.
He's founder of the Public Safety Foundation. We need to get him on the show.
No, he's a really, really good chap. He does some fantastic work, and he needs to take credit for that, not fair cop.
But again, these are official figures. I mean, this is the thing. Well, we're constantly being told things are fine. Everything's fine, and lots of crime is going down. And these national crime surveys, the gold standard of surveys in terms of everything's fine. But we live in the real world. Everyone knows. I mean, in my local area, generally, I've had my bag stolen. One of my friends had 2 bikes locked up, 2 bikes stolen in a week. We've had 2 burglary attempts on our home. We've lived here 19 years. We've never had a burglary attempt. We've certainly not been aware of a burglary attempt in all those years until then. Something's changed.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the way it's recorded quite often. I mean, I know one of the things that your producer said we may be talking about is the speech that Andrea Jenkins, the mayor of Lincolnshire, gave, where she said that what was it?
She said, "I don't feel safe."
Yeah, absolutely. She didn't feel safe, but one of her staff had been chased down the street by an activist wielding a lump hammer. She'd been advised by a political enemy to wear a bulletproof vest, amongst other things. And then the police simply said, "Oh, nothing to see here. No crime here." So if you're pick and choosy as a police officer, as a chief constable, about what you record as a crime and what you simply don't record as a crime, then you can manipulate the figures however you like.
And it's also if you send the police officers out to certain, you can find people. And as we discovered, it's Shadow Justice Secretary Robert Jenrick, when he posted that. It was an excellent video of him tackling people who were not paying their fare on the tube, which is in London. Again, this is very London-centric, but this is happening everywhere. It's not just happening in the capital city. And it was pointed out that actually the next month, the prosecutions for people dodging their fares went up by over 50%, pointing out that the police are making a choice not to prosecute and are making a choice to prosecute. And every time you send someone out to talk to somebody who's got a sign up in their shop, or you don't like something they posted on social media, or they've misgendered someone using correct grammatical choice of pronouns, you're not policing the shoplifters and the rapists and the burglars.
And the thing is, when we hear these stories, we're never surprised by them, Julie.
No.
We can almost predict what the response to any situation is going to be. And this is because the police have made political choices and they try to pass it off as an operational choice. For instance, when they pick up a bunch of protesters and bust them in, they say that's an operational choice. Not that they would ever pick up and provide a taxi service for people wearing Union Jacks. Of course, that would never, ever happen for operational reasons. So it always goes one way. You know, when you see the police bringing tea and biscuits and cucumber sandwiches to protesters who have glued themselves to the highway, it's always ever one side. You can predict which side of any political debate the police are going to pander to and where they're going to come down hard on.
Absolutely. Can I ask you this? As a police officer, as a former police officer, I'm going to, for those who are watching, we can play a bit of video of this. There's a man who was standing on, again, I'm sorry this is so London-centric, guys, but there's a man standing on the tube, an open tube, 3 in the afternoon, and he just basically pulls his trousers down. He's got his todger out, and he's just standing there. And when he's approached, and all credit to the man who approached him, "Oi, mate, you need to pull your trousers back off, get off the train." And he just shouts very aggressively, very loudly, F off, and then starts sort of hitting out with his belt. Another man gets involved, more men get involved, and they basically sort of bundle him to the ground. It actually gets, there's a few punches and kicks. The video kind of pushes away at quite a crucial point, rather frustratingly, and then they bundle him out of the tube. It turns out there is an off-duty police officer there as well. I don't know if they were actually involved at that point or not, but they sodding well should have been. And then he's on the ground, and then they wait for tube staff to come and get him. But they got him off the train. Now, Harry Miller, I know you would have seen this video. What do you make of what these people did? And there's talk about they could possibly face charges. And I have to say, if I was on the jury, they could be guaranteed they will not face conviction, certainly. But what do you make of what they did? Was it the right thing?
No, I think it was absolutely the right thing to do. It's what I would do, and it's what I think any normal person would do. The instinct when you find somebody on a public transport where there are children present, behaving like that, getting their todger out, etc.
And being very verbally aggressive.
Then absolutely, what is the alternative? What, call for the British Transport Police?
Yeah,
not on the tube, are they? They're busy on a.
But also the claim as well, they think he had mental health problems. Even more reason to get him off the train, because he's even more of a risk, because we don't know. Is he schizophrenic and he's going to suddenly get a knife out and kill people? We don't know.
Exactly. It's not the job of these people who were sharing the carriage with him to diagnose any mental health. It's not their job to do that. It's their job to get that individual out of harm's way and out of the way of harming other people. So I think what they did was entirely justified.
More men like that
yes, of course
standing up
of course we do.
For our safety. Finally, I've got to ask you, this is the most important question today. It's 11:47. I'm talking to you on camera. I can see you on camera right now. It is 30-odd degrees today. Apparently we're all going to just try and make it to the end of the day alive, according to the BBC. You appear to be wearing I hate this word, but a gilet. A puffer. You've got padded. How good is your aircon, mate?
I don't have aircon, but I live up north. It's several degrees cooler up here. Plus, also, Julia, you know, I've got standards. I have to look a certain degree of cool when I'm on your show.
Yeah, baby.
Mr. Gilet, man, that's me.